Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd ask you to please rise if you're able and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Of both teams, please come to the Dartmouth bench for our ceremonial puck drop.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the Joseph Zassman Sportsplex. It's the Nova Scotia U15 Major Hockey League on High Button Sports. Battle of the Bridges. Here it's Halifax versus Dartmouth. The Wolverines come into town across the McKay Bridge, or the McDonald's, whichever route you take, over here to downtown Dartmouth to take on the short-handed Whalers. Just 12 skaters on the roster for Dartmouth this evening. We are underway live from downtown Dartmouth. As here's Craig with the opening possession for the Whalers, so he'll try and get back the fourth check of Parker. Craig has it behind his own net, looking to lead the rush. Make the play up to Brown. Through the middle. Here's a chance for the Whalers to dump it in, but it's going to be picked off. As Schneier will take it the other way. 2-on-1 developing, but good back check from McDougall. As here's Parker. Parker has a lane shot at the pad. Rebound cleared away as Chip has the puck. That's going to be played off the glass. That will slowly make its way on goal for Riley Green to play behind his own net. Here's a turnover wraparound chance. Stop made. As here comes Conlon over to Shear. Shear will get the blue line and send one towards the goal, but hits a body on the way through. That's going to be sent in deep by Conlon, picked off by the Whalers. As Taylor will advance the puck. LaRue turns it over. Here comes Shear. Will drop it off, but nobody was home to take the pass. Comes free for Sim. Sim's shot will go out the pad of Higgs and into the corner. As cycling attempt will hit a body. It's going to come three out of the corner. Here's Shear. Shear up top for YN. YN's shot will be on goal as Lydia Higgs makes the save and stops play for the first time this evening. So as I just mentioned, the Whalers are a bit short-handed. 6 players unavailable for them, still serving suspensions from that Donnybrook over in North Sydney a couple weekends ago, including their head coach, Tony Bro, who's still serving a suspension as the Whalers get possession in their own zone. That's going to be chipped out the glass by Jack Taylor. Only one Taylor in the lineup this evening for the Whalers. As here's Norton Connors, so he'll get the red line and send it in deep. Loose pucks here will get there first, so play it in behind the net. Gets hit off the puck by Williams. Here comes Halifax in the clear. It's going to be kept in for a moment by Mosier on the forecheck. Battle ensues on the wall. 2-on-2 on the boards to the left side of the Wolverines bench. That will make its way to the blue line. McKay has it. Up ahead. Here's Coombs. Coombs will walk it and shoot one off the pad of Higgs. Another save for The Whalers goaltender number 29. Puck's making its way to the point. Shot will be blocked in front. Rebound comes loose for Coombs. Scores! Grady Coombs breaks the ice here in Dartmouth. Wolverines strike first. Just past the 2-minute mark of the opening frame. Coombs off the rebound. Finds the back of the net. And it is 1-0 Halifax here at the Sportsplex. That's going to be sent in to the corner by Sim. Out to play it is Green. Leaves it behind the net for Gauthier. As turnover from the Whalers forecheck. Played back in deep. As Wolverines get it. Here's Schneier. Sent to the middle. Puck is bouncing for Chisholm. Chisholm trying to get by the forecheck of Rutledge. Chisholm will split the defense and neutral ice. Drops it off for Johnson to the blue line. That's going to be offside. So Gauthier and Harp will get the assist on the opening goal by Coombs. Will drop the puck right in front of the Wolverines bench at neutral ice. Max Kopech, the reigning player of the month, will take the face-off against LaRue. LaRue snaps it back. Back to retrieve is Chisholm. He'll go D to D for Craig. Craig up for LaRue. LaRue will get the red line and send it in deep. Out to play it is Green. Leaves it for Sim. A little bit of a bobble there. Ends up free in the corner. Here's LaRue. Up top, Chisholm will send it back in deep. Back to retrieve it is YN for the Wolverines. So look to clear. As good forecheck by Chip. It's going to be freed up. Here come the Wolverines. Conlon has it. Shot towards the goal. Be blocked. Conlon gets the rebound. The Wolverines captain will play to the blue line for YN. Back for Conlon on the half wall. Loses the puck. Here's Chip. He'll get out of the zone. Last man back is Shear for Halifax. Shear will play it through the middle of the ice. Picked up by Kopech. Here comes Max Kopech. Will take it wide. Makes a move to the middle as McDougall steps him up. Chip plays it ahead. Here comes Brown. Brown can't get by the defenders. That's going to come loose for Coombs, who just scored to make it 1-0 a few moments ago. Here's Harpel. Leo Harpel will battle the puck into the corner. Horton Connors looking to clear. Picked off. Here's Coombs. Shot low. Rebound. Sent just wide as right in front of the net was Taylor. He might have gotten a piece of that on the way through, preventing a goal. Still 1-0. As centering pass looking for Mosier. Comes free. Here's McDougall. Sent in deep. Williams there to pick it up. Williams will cycle it looking for Ripley. Comes free on the wall. Harpel wins the battle. Through the middle for McKay. McKay gets by the defender. Enters the zone. McKay looking to dangle his way through the slot. As that's going to be turned over. Here's Craig up the boards. Chance to clear for the Whalers. Pass to be picked off by Ripley. Ripley will circle back on his own blue line. Approaching the 5-minute mark of the first. It's 1-0 for Halifax here. The Zatzman Sportsplex. That's going to be poked free. Off the bench is Gauthier. He'll make the play up the wall. LaRue finds it. LaRue. That's going to be picked off by Gauthier. Comes free for Parker. Parker has the puck for the Wolverines. Here comes Jacob Parker. Puts the brakes on as he enters the zone. Looking for a lane up top. Here's Gauthier. Gauthier's shot will go wide of the net through the screen. It's going to be played back to the line. Parker has it again. His dump in will be picked off by Dartmouth. Chance for LaRue to clear. Sim looking for the puck. That's going to be sent in deep. As Berger for Halifax back to retrieve it behind his own net. Stretch pass will make its way to Rutledge and neutral ice. He'll chip it towards the Whalers zone. Taylor picks it off, takes a hit on the wall. As the Wolverines try and enter the zone. That's going to be offside. Whalers are holding a big sale in support of the Special Olympics. If you're able to make it inside the Zatzman, you can buy some delicious treats. I got my hands on an Oreo cupcake. It was really good. Of course, all the teams across the league in the Nova Scotia U15 major are collecting funds for the Special Olympics. As here's Shearer. His pass will be intercepted. Comes straight at the blue line. Here comes Dartmouth 2-on-1. Johnson and McDougall. It's going to be offside. So that will prevent that scoring chance. Of course, the Wolverines have been fundraising all season long. They were able to put together $16,000 in support of the Special Olympics. So it's great to see all the support throughout the league for such a great cause, allowing the Special Olympic athletes to participate in the sport they love. A lot of them are on hand here this evening for the game. It's always fun talking with them in the crowd. They're always super ecstatic. One of the players even got a free pair of gloves from the Whalers, and he's hyped about that. As Sim connects with the pass the blue line for the Wolverines. That's going to come free. Here's YN. So there's a Sim on each side. There's Reese-Sim for the Wolverines. And then Jude Sim for the Whalers. This is a shot that's going to be deflected wide. And of course, you can catch Ewan Sim later on tonight as the round 2 of the U18 major playoffs begin. Weeks versus Whalers right after this game. So lots of Sims here in Dartmouth this evening. There's a shot off the pad that's going to come free off the rebound. The Whalers get possession, chance to clear for Chip. He'll go off the wall. As Shear, pass up ahead. That's going to be chipped into the zone. 2-on-2 down low. As there's about 8.5 minutes to go in the first. Here's Coombs behind the net. He has the only goal so far tonight. He'll find Kopech. Kopech looking to center. It's going to be intercepted on the Whalers. As Sear looking to work that into the zone. Picked off by Coombs. He's having a great game so far for Halifax. Here's Coombs. Takes it wide on the entry. Gets by the defender. Coombs centering pass will not make its way to the target. It's the rebound. Has it on the goal line. Pass in front looking for Harpel. I'll go off a stick. Comes straight to the line. Sent back in deep by Williams. Coombs collects it in the corner. Looking to get by Craig on the battle down low. Drops it off for McKay. He'll cycle it for Ripley. Ripley pass to the middle looking for Harpel. Will be intercepted. Wolverines maintain possession. Here's Harpel. Back down low. Ripley can handle it cleanly. Comes free for McKay. McKay up top. Harpel takes it off his backhand. Harpel will walk in looking for a shooting lane shot. Will go off the stick of Chisholm and in the corner. Good pressure here from the Wolverines. Here's Williams centering pass. Coombs, no look pass. Looking for McKay. That will be turned aside. As that's going to be a hit. A neutral ice on Sear. As that'll be dumped back in the Whalers zone. Wolverines are changing. Here's Craig looking to start the rush for Dartmouth. Has McKay on the back check. As Rutledge finds the puck. Battle ensues on the wall. 7.5 to go in the opening frame. Wolverines scored an early one to make it 1-0, but no scoring since. As they're still looking to dig that free. Sim finds it for the Whalers. He'll chip it in deep. Johnson looking for the loose puck. He'll get there first on the wall win. Comes free on the boards. Parker takes over. He'll play it back in deep. Wolverines have possession. Looking to clear. Here's Gauthier. Makes the pass over looking for Schnarr. Schnarr collects it as he'll get turned away by Norton Connors and back in deep to the Wolverine zone. Gauthier again. Sends it up ahead. Here's Rutledge. Rutledge will take it wide. Look past the middle looking for Schnarr. Off a stick. Parker looking to center. It's going to come free. Here comes Johnson. Their way might have a breakaway for the Whalers. Johnson shot off the blocker of Riley Green, the netminder of his first big test of the night. Makes the save on the partial breakaway from Johnson. Here comes Schnarr. Schnarr will chip it into the zone. Makes a move off the ball. Comes free for Rutledge. He'll play it on goal. As Higgs makes a save. Here's a pass towards the slot off a shin pad of Chisholm. Battle in the corner. It's going to come loose. Here's Brown. Brown looking to clear the zone. Gets his stick lifted. That will eventually be sent to neutral ice as Sim plays it over to YN on the D-to-D pass. YN will get the red line and play it in deep. Kopech will look to get there first. Kopech against Chisholm. That's going to come free for Brown. Whalers have it. Looking to get out of the zone. Brown has the puck. He'll play it in deep. Back to retrieve it is YN for the Wolverines. He'll cycle it for Sim. Sim through the middle. It's going to be picked off by Craig, who will play it right back in deep for the Whalers. Green out to play it. Leaves it for Sim. Here comes Reese Sim. Up for Conlon, over to Shear. Here's the Wolverines' top line. Shear. Pass back for Conlon, intercepted. Here come the Whalers, 2-on-2. Sear and Mosier. Sear shot into the glove of Green. No rebound. Our first whistle in a while. 5:23 to go in the opening frame. Face-off will be to the blocker side of Riley Green, the Wolverines netminder. Played for the Novas last year. Now back here in Halifax for his second year of U15 major. As looking to clear is Ripley. He finds Leo Harpel. Here comes Halifax. Harpel as Coombs was offside, so that will be another whistle. The Nova Scotia U15 major provincials will be here at the Sportsplex. Whalers were awarded to be hosts. So once the conclusion of the playoffs which will be around the end of March. The Whalers will have the provincial championships here in Dartmouth. They will automatically have a spot in the tournament as hosts, but the rest of the participants will have to be determined through the playoffs. First overall through the regular season will get a bye to the provincials as well. As of right now, it looks like it's going to be the Gulls, but there's still a few games remaining, so it could change. As here's Norton Connors looking to get out of the Whalers zone. 4:40 to go in the first period. That's going to come free for Williams to neutral ice. Over to Ripley on the DDD pass and inside his own circle. Here's Harpel now. Harpel will chip it into the zone. As Norton Connors will collect the puck from his goaltender. Sent up ahead on the stretch pass. That will be deflected inside the zone. Off the stick of McDougall. Green out to play it. He'll go backhand up the wall. Kept in by Johnson. Johnson down low looking for McDougall. Battle ensues in the corner. 2-on-2. Chip gets in there as well. Comes free. Here's McDougall towards the goal. It's going to be poked off of his stick as Rutledge loses the puck as he kind of lost his balance there. Sent back in deep by Johnson. He'll go for a change. Here's Rutledge. He'll take the stretch pass out of his own zone. Rutledge looking to get by the Whalers defender. Comes free. Here's a chance for Brown. Brown shot off the blocker. Rebounds chip off the blocker again. Another shot towards the goal. It's loose and it's going to be covered up. A couple good looks from the Whalers there. Riley Green standing his ground in net. As Chip and Brown had a few good looks for Dartmouth looking to tie the game. But it's still 1-0. 3:44 to go in the opening frame. LaRue will take the draw against Kopech. That's going to be one back, but turned over. Here's Brown. Brown shot off the stick of Green. So the Whalers picking up some momentum here in the late stages of this period. As here's LaRue looking to keep it inside the zone. It's going to come free for Conlon. Here comes the Wolverine captain. Conlon has it. He'll take it wide. Puts the brakes on. Conlon still has the puck on the wall. Down low for Shear. Shear will drive it towards the goal. Rebound kept out. Another chance. It's still loose. And that's going to be no goal. Higgs keeps it out. Referee was right behind the net to make the call. Wolverines thought they might have squeaked through the pad of the Whalers netminder, but no goal is the call on the ice. Face-off will be the glove side of Higgs. Top line for the Wolverines will stay out there. It's going to be one back to the point. Here's Ripley. DDD pass for Williams. Williams will shoot one low looking for the tip. That's going to be deflected in front. Whalers get the rebounders. Mosier, he'll get a hit on him as he clears the puck. As it gets the man right back with the hit, that's going to be Shear. Here's Conlon the other way. Conlon in front for Kopech. Backhander scores! Conlon to Kopech. Slick finish in front, forehand, backhand. It's 2-0 for Halifax. The reigning player of the month, Kopech, gets a goal here in late February. Beautiful poise and finish in front of the net. Faked the shot and then slid it backhand past the pad. Wolverines have doubled up their lead here at the Sportsplex. It's 2-0. Here's McKay. He'll drop it off for Harpel. Harpel towards the net looking for a shot. That's going to be off a stick. Play to the boards. Kept in by Coombs as Norton Connors will take over. He'll chip it over to the opposite corner. Takes a hop off the Zamboni door. Johnson looking to clear. That's going to just get past the blue line. The Wolverines are offside, so they'll dump it in. Norton Connors has the puck. He'll play it up the boards. Finds Johnson. He'll play it back into the zone. Back for Norton Connors. 2.5 to go in the first. 2-0 for Halifax here on the road. As Coombs loses the puck. Comes free up top. Ripley will play it back in deep. Here's LaRue. Up for Norton Connors. It's going to be kept in. Comes free. Taylor has the puck. Taylor looking to buy the Wolverines forecheck. Plays it off. That's going to be sent out of the zone. And will that be icing? It will not because it ends up on net. So free change for the Whalers. Here's Ripley. Up for McKay. He'll chip it into the zone. Less than 2 minutes to go in the first. Here's Henry Craig. Craig loses the puck. Good forecheck from Shear. Shear looking for Conlon. That's going to make its way to the top of the zone. Berger will play it back in deep. Here's Shear again. Shear towards the middle. Here's Conlon. Stop by Higgs in front. Nice pass and good attempt there on the shot, but it's going to go off the pad. Here's a one-timer from Shear sent just wide. Conlon gets the rebound. Top line right back out there in the double shift for the Wolverines late in the period. As Chisholm with a chance to clear is kept in by Conlon. Conlon will spin off a check, pass to the middle. Comes free up top for Berger. Berger looking for a lane. He'll pump fake the shot, comes free at the line. Here comes Chip, might be a 2-on-1. Chip over for Brown and breakaway. Brown on the backhand, can't finish. He had the net, but he couldn't find it. That's going to be another rebound and another save for Green. A great look on the breakaway for the Whalers. There's going to be a penalty on the play. Roughing's the call against Gauthier, so the Dartmouth Whalers have a chance in the power play, looking to get their first goal in the evening. They'll send out Taylor, LaRue, Chip, Brown, and Chisholm. A lot of the power play players are not available for the Whalers tonight. Let's see what they can do on this man advantage. As Wolverines will get possession right away and send it in deep. Back to retrieve it is Jack Taylor for the Whalers. Taylor over for Chisholm. Chisholm gets met at the red line by Wyan. It's going to be chipped in. Sim for the Wolverines will look to clear, and he does so successfully. 30 seconds to go in the period. Here's Taylor. Jack Taylor has the puck. He'll lead the rush for Dartmouth. Inside 20 seconds to go. Pass it for Brown will be picked off. Clear intent will go off a body. Comes free for Chip. Whalers stay on side. There's a hit on the wall. That'll free up the puck. 5 seconds to go. Here's Taylor. Over to Chisholm. Chisholm's running out of time. That's going to be poked off of his stick, and that's going to do it for the opening frame. Wolverines get a pair of goals. Brady Coombs and Max Kopech with the markers. You're tuned to Highbun Sports. Our coverage of the Nova Scotia U15 Major Hockey League will continue after this very brief intermission. Welcome back. It's the second period. You're watching the Nova Scotia U15 Major Hockey League on Highbun Sports. Regular season winding down. Just a few games remaining for both sides. Whalers and Wolverines. Dartmouth versus Halifax. As the Whalers will start the period up a man, but they are down by a pair. As Grady Coombs and Max Kopech score for Halifax in the first. Here comes McDougall. Went to the zone. McDougall's shot will go off the shin pad of Ripley. As there's 50 seconds to go on the power play. Here comes Conlon, shorthanded with Shear. That's going to be offside the line. Coming up after this game will be game 1 of round 2 of the best of 7 U18 major playoffs. The Phil Herod Cup. Whalers hosting the Weeks. The 2 versus 3 matchup. It's going to be one heck of a game here at the Zatzman. One heck of a series as well. Game 1 will be tonight, and Game 2 will be tomorrow at around 1 p.m. As here's Taylor for the Whalers. Has the puck, still in the power play up ahead. There's Mosier. Mosier on the forehand shot, kept out. Whistle goes. Good look there for Mosier as he made his way down the left side, past the defender, but cannot beat Riley Green, the Wolverines netminder who played last year with the Truro Bearcats. I believe I said he played for the Novas last year, but that was a mistake. He played for Truro. Now he's back here in Halifax in his second year. Here's Harpel. I'll look to clear. It's going to He played onto the stick of Jack Taylor. Taylor over to Chisholm. Chisholm back for Taylor. Whalers are still in the neutral zone, looking to get in the O zone for some offense, so that's going to be sent in deep to the Dartmouth end. Is Chisholm back to retrieve it? Chisholm, as we are back to 5 apiece, even strength. It's going to be played in wide. Mosier drops it off. Johnson up top for Chisholm. Comes free. Here comes Rutledge the other way. Rutledge looking to get by Chisholm. Puts the brakes on. Finds Parker back for Rutledge, but a bit of a fumble there as they lose the momentum from the odd man rush. Whalers get back in time to prevent it. Here's Chisholm. He'll spin off the forecheck. Has it on his own goal line. Up ahead looking for Mosier at the end of his shift, and that's going to be an icing call. A big factor in this game is the short bench for the Whalers. Only 12 skaters and 2 goalies available, so as this game winds its way down, it's going to be tougher and tougher for the Whalers to keep up as they are short bodies. 18-16 to go in the second. Wolverines up by 2 here in Dartmouth. Puck is dropped. Comes free in the corner. Chisholm looking to get the puck loose. Conlon finds it. Conlon up for Shear. That's going to be played towards the goal, but picked off by Craig. Craig looking up ahead for Mosier. That's just going to be a perfect pass, actually. Here's a shot up the pad and wide. Perfectly placed puck there by Craig. Not sure if that was intentional, but it made for a good look for the Whalers as they're able to change now. Here comes Kopech for Halifax. Over for Shear. Shear puts the brakes on towards the goal. That puck, because that's going to go off the stick of Lydia Higgs and into the corner. Picked up. Here's Kopech. Kopech in the slot will shoot one blocked. Chip of no stick of a chance to clear. It's going to be kept in by Berger. His shot will go into the corner. Here's Shear. Drops it for Conlon. Some great chemistry from this line. Conlon, Shear, and Kopech. As Shear takes the pass. Has it on the half wall. Here's Jack Thomas Shear, as it says on the website. Over for Kopech. It's going off a stick of Chip. As Ripley will play it in deep, looking for Kopech. As Taylor for a chance to clear. Here's Brown. Up for LaRue. LaRue drops it off for Chip. Chip's shot will go wide of the net. Just past the 3-minute mark of the second period. Here's Williams. Williams will enter the zone on the left side. Has a few numbers with him as his pass towards the middle of the ice will go off a skate. Looking for Harple in front. He has the puck in the corner. Harple drops it for McKay. It's going to be intercepted. Johnson couldn't hit the pass cleanly. That's going to be sent back in deep by Coombs. 3.5 have gone here in the second. Still 2-0 for the Wolverines. Here's Craig. DD pass over to Norton Connors. He'll play it through the middle. That's going to go off a stick of Coombs, and that will slowly make its way inside the Wolverine zone. Here's Sim. Battle ensues on the wall. Comes free in the face-off circle. Whalers have it. There's a shot from McDougall. Rebound there in front. Sim couldn't whack it home. As Reese Sim will take over. He plays it over to Coombs. Picked off. Here's LaRue. Shot will just sail wide. Looking for the post and in. Shot was number 8, LaRue. That's Jackson LaRue. As that's going to be sent up ahead. Here comes Harple. Harple's shot will be stopped by Higgs. No rebounds. That show freeze play.
If you have 983-7413, 983-7413, you are today's lucky winner. You can claim your prize at the front entrance. Please hold your tickets for that.
Parker in for the draw against McDougall. Puck hits the ice. Hit on the wall, frees up the puck. Here's Rutledge inside the O zone. Chisholm will dig it free. Played up for Sim for the Whalers, looking to clear. As Jude Sim takes a hit at the blue line. McDougall pokes it free. Here come the Dartmouth Whalers. Drops it off. Sim looking to work his way through the slot. That's going to be taken out of the zone. Here's Chisholm. Over to Norton Connors. He'll get the red line and send it in deep. It's going to bounce its way on net as Riley Green had to be careful there off the hop. Able to corral it and cover things up. Was Wolverines netminder, so no problem for him. It's still 2-0 here in Dartmouth. No shot clock here at the Sportsplex. but I'd say the Wolverines had the advantage in that. Top line right back out there for the Wolverines. Kopech, Shear, and Conlon. As they'll win the face-off back. Here's Conlon. Conlon will play it up for Kopech. Kopech, pass towards the slot off a stick. Play to the line. Here's a shot from distance. Tipped on goal. Higgs makes a save. Conlon got a piece of that one off the redirection in front. Here's Craig. Craig puts the brakes on, looking to get by Kopech, who's on the forecheck. Chipped off the glass. It's going to bounce its way into neutral ice. Foot race for the puck as Mosier couldn't get there first. Gauthier makes the play. Sent up ahead. Here's Kopech off the pass from Shear. Kopech puts the brakes on, looking for a trailer. Up top, finds Berger. Berger's shot through the screen will be tipped wide by Conlon. He'll go for a change. Here's Ripley. Down low for Shear. Shear up for Ripley. Ripley into the corner. Craig up the wall. Finds Sear, who gets nearly hit off the puck. He only gets a piece of the shoulder of Shear, who can hit hard. There's Kopech in the slot looking to find Shear in the back door. Kopech will play it down low for Coombs. Coombs takes a hit on the wall. Mosier will send it down the ice. Is that going to be enough for icing? Looks like it will just die before the goal line. So another good clear from Craig. He's pretty good at doing that. That's going to be chipped into the zone by McKay. Chisholm, last man back, will play it off the wall through the middle. Chisholm takes it in front of his own net. He'll lose the puck, but McDougall there to pick it up. Down low for Brown. Here's Harp off the turnover. As that puck will make its way into neutral ice. Williams back to retrieve it. Williams up for McKay. Cross ice pass finds Harper. Who'll enter the zone onside. Pass up ahead looking for McKay. That'll be out of his reach. Ends up in the corner. Here's Taylor. There's Albie sent up ahead. Here comes Chip for Dartmouth. He'll send it inside the Wolverine zone. Jude Sim back to retrieve it. That's Reese Sim, my apologies. He has the puck in front of his own net for the Wolverines. Nearly loses it as Chip was right there looking to strip him of the puck. Here's Coombs. Enters the zone through the middle looking for McKay. That's going to be off a stick, and that will end up into the glove of Lydia Higgs, who makes no mistake and freezes play. Puck is dropped. One back. Here's Craig. Over to Norton Connors. That's going to be turned over. Rutledge will play towards the middle. This can be fanned on in front by Parker. Good look there. Looking to extend the Wolverines' lead. Parker has the puck in his own zone. Up for Rutledge on his own blue line as that's going to come free for a moment. Rutledge gets it right back as that will be turned over. Craig plays it over to Norton Connors on the D-to-D pass. Norton Connors will try and chip it in. Takes a funny hop. Chance the other way. Here's Parker's shot. Will be kept out by Higgs. That will deflect into the netting. And that will stop play.
Scott Shearer of Halifax. Scott takes home a cash prize of $178.50.
.12 to go in the second. It's 2-0 for Halifax here in Dartmouth. Here's Norton Connors. TD pass. On the net, Taylor will go off the glass. He's going to bounce past Berger. Loose puck. Looks like Mosier's going to get there first on the forecheck. Here's Jackson Mosier. He's going to come free from McDougall. McDougall looking to cycle it. Picked off by Gauthier. Here come the Wolverines of numbers. Schnarr over to Kopech. Kopech will lose the puck as they enter the zone. Jack Taylor will take over. Here comes the Whalers captain. Plays over to Mosier. Mosier will send it towards the goal as Green will make the play over to Ripley. Wasn't really expecting it. There's Shear. Shear finds Kopech. 2-on-2. Might be a 3-on-2 of Shear as a trailer. Kopech through the middle. Makes a move. Shot through the screen. Rebounds there for Ripley. Poked away by Chisholm with the stick. As that rebound was in a perfect spot for Ripley to bang it home, but Chisholm made the play with his twig to prevent a possible scoring chance. That's going to be cleared down the ice. Here comes the captain, Conlon. His brother will be playing for the Weeks later tonight in Game 1 of the Round 2 Best of 7 series against the Subaru. That will start right after the conclusion of this game. That will come free. Here's Williams as his dump in will be picked off by LaRue, who'll send it in deep as Brown and Conlon got tangled up there in the Whalers' blue line in front of the Whalers' bench. Here's Shear. Jack Shear will take it wide out of his own zone. Shear still has the puck. He'll make a nice spin move towards the net. Here's Shear looking to go five-fold. That would have been a beauty if he could pull that one off. Here's YM. YM shot low, tipped on net. Rebound, kept out. Another chance. Lydia Higgs makes the save. Here's Sim, kept out again. Higgs standing her ground. Another chance, another save. As that will be sent out of the zone. Lydia Higgs with a flurry of saves inside the Whalers' crease. Keeps it 2-0. As we're halfway through the period, 10 minutes have come and gone. 10 to go. As that dump in will be intercepted. Here's YN up ahead. There's a drop pass for Coombs. Coombs' shot will go off and stick him wide as Harple fed him the puck. Here's Wyand. Wyand over to Sim. Sim will walk in and shoot one low, tipped wide off the stick of Craig. So here's Horton Connors. Can't clear. Harple holds it in as he'll lose the puck. Sim looking to clear. That will get out of the zone. Sent up ahead. Coombs will play it up for McKay, who will play it in deep. McKay gets it back. Centering pass up top looking for Harple. That'll go off his stick. Chance the other way. Whalers have it. Here's Johnson. Johnson will take it across the zone as he'll send it into the opposite corner. Puck comes free. Here's McKay for the Wolverines. That's going to be kept in. Berger finds Coombs. Coombs up for McKay. That'll be sent into the zone. Wolverines make some changes. Inside the final 9 minutes of the second. Still 2-0. No scoring yet in this middle frame. As Johnson will collect it and send it in deep. Back to retrieve it is Gauthier. D-to-D pass finds Berger. Berger up ahead. That's going to be kept in. As that will be dumped into the corner. 8.5 to go. Hit along the wall. Mosier on Gauthier. Not a very physical game here so far, but you got to think the Whalers are conserving their energy with only 12 available skaters. Here's Parker. He'll play it over across. That puck came loose off of the scrum. Here's Schnarr. Schnarr will get the red line and chip it into the zone. Last man back is Taylor. That's going to be icing call. Wolverines can't change. Face off will be to the blocker side of Riley Green. He's been great when he's had to be for the Wolverines tonight. As Halifax has the puck up for Rutledge. That's going to find Parker. He has Schnarr with him. Parker towards the middle. Will hold on to it and shoot one blocked in front. Assuming Craig collide looking for the loose puck. Here comes Sear the other way. Sear takes a hit from Ripley in neutral ice. As he'll get possession. Here's Williams. Williams takes it wide, enters the zone. Looking for an option. Puts the brakes on. Through the middle. Finds Conlon. Conlon over to Ripley. He lets a one-timer go wide of the net. 7.5 remaining in the second period. Here's Chisholm on his own goal line. Chisholm will flick it through the middle of the ice. Nice play there from Chisholm to get the puck out of his own zone. As here is Conlon. Up for Shear. Shear back for Conlon. As he'll get taken down. Arm stays down as well. He might have just tripped up in the slot. The ice isn't very great here at the Sportsplex, so you got to keep that in mind. Here come the Whalers the other way. Pass up for LaRue. LaRue's shot will go into the glove of Green, and no rebounds will come out. Just past the 13-minute mark of the frame. Whalers and Wolverines here on High Button Sports. It's 2-0 for Halifax at the Zasman Sportsplex here in downtown Dartmouth. Whalers are still serving a lot of suspensions that they gained over in North Sydney a few weekends ago in that brouhaha against the Cougars that resulted in some big names being taken out of the lineup for the Whalers. As here's a pass to the middle. It's going to be off a stick. McDougall will be forced back into his own zone. Here's Norton Connors. Will flick it through neutral ice. That will come free. Here comes McDougall. He'll lose the puck. McKay has it for the Wolverines. McKay, one-on-one with Norton Connors. Takes it wide. That's going to be poked off of his stick. Put it to the line. Here's Wyan. Sent over to the wall. Finds Coombs. Coombs makes a move by McDougall. Still has the puck on the goal line. Coombs looking to center it, but nobody was there to pick up the pass as Brown will look to clear. Kept in by Sim for the Wolverines. As Taylor will take over for Dartmouth. Here's Jack Taylor. He'll send it in deep, right under the stick of Riley Green, the netminder, who will play it off for Rutledge. Whalers are changing. Here's Rutledge. Up for Leo Harpel. He'll enter the zone. He takes the pass. Harpel drops it off for Parker. Comes free. Here's Rutledge. Rutledge sent back to the line. It's going to be picked off as Rutledge gets it right back on the turnover. Here's Parker, wins the battle. So he'll look to shoot, but he gets his stick lifted. Here's Rutledge. Played to the blue line. Here's Berger. Berger shot blocked. Chance it away. Sim might have a step, but Berger gets back first. Good defensive effort for number 18 in black. There's a penalty. That will go against the Whalers. As here's Schneier. Schneier will take it wide as that's going to be a shot off the side of the net as Green will make his way to the bench for the extra attacker just as the whistle is blowing. It'll be Sim to the box. A little too rough along the boards with number 5 in blue. Hooking's the call. First chance for the Wolverines to head to the power play. Kopech, the reigning player of the month, will take the face-off out there with Shear, Conlon, Williams, and Ripley. 2 defense out there for this power play for the Wolverines. So not something you see every day. As that will be kept in at the line. There's Conlon as the Wolverines will set up on the man advantage. Conlon will walk in and shoot one low off the pad. Comes free. Here's Shear on the half wall. Up top finds Williams. Williams will walk to the middle. Drops it back for Shear. Shear back for Williams. Williams has it. Shot low off the pad and sent towards the corner. Good rebound control from Higgs. Here's Shear. Shear down low. Finds Conlon in the corner. He'll make his way up the half wall. Conlon up for Williams at the point. Williams back for Conlon. Conlon will walk in. Makes a move to the slot. Shot low. Looking to catch the goalie going the wrong way, but that's going to go wide of the net. Here's Kopech. Up for Ripley. Back for Kopech. Kopech's shot will go off the pad. Rebound collected. Comes free off the turnover, but eventually it will be cleared down by Dartmouth. Green has to play it. He'll leave it behind the net for Ripley. Ripley. He finds Schneier. Schneier loses the puck, and that will be sent down the ice once again. Good penalty killing from the Whalers so far, as there is 45 seconds remaining on the Sim penalty. That's Jude Sim for the Whalers as Reese Sim has the puck for the Wolverines. He finds Wyant. Wyant enters the zone, drops it for Rutledge towards the middle. That shot from Schneier will go wide. Here's Parker on the half wall. Up for Sim. Sim loses it as Brown pokes it off of his stick. Sim. He'll into the zone, but it's going to be offside. 3.5 to go in the second. 18 seconds remaining on the Sim penalty for the Whalers. 2-0 is your score. They'll drop the puck in front of the Wolverines bench as Brady Crosley looks to be the interim head coach tonight. Looks on. Steve Bent is usually the head coach for the Wolverines, but I don't see him on the bench. I see Kyla Bent, assistant coach, and Ethan Landry, another assistant coach. And interim coach as well for the Whalers is Evan Chevry, as you can see him there as the Whalers make their way up ice. As we're back to 5-a-side, it's even strength. Both teams 0 for 1 on the power play so far tonight. As Berger plays it over. Gets the return feed from Gauthier. Gauthier gets it back, up ahead. as Harpo loses it. Johnson will find it. Chipped free. Here comes the handy chip. Shot will go into the glove of Green. So make no mistake and freeze play. Face off inside the Wolverine zone. Whalers looking to get on the board here at home. Still 2-0. Puck is dropped. Scrum draw. It's going to come free. Here's Harple. Up for McKay. McKay drops it off. Harple's shot will just sail past the top shelf and wide. Williams holds it in. Down low for McKay. Pass the middle looking for Harple. Good look there, but couldn't finish that one off as here's McKay. To the middle. Coombs' shot will go off the body of Harple in front and wide of the net. Williams keeps it in. Williams towards the middle. That's going to be picked off as Ripley finds it. Ripley, shot will be blocked in front. Rebound collected as that'll be played to the wall by Norton Connors. Sent up as Mosier will chip it ahead. Mosier gets the puck loose on the forward check. Here comes Mosier towards the goal. Scores! Jax Mosier picks the puck off the defender's stick. Goes roof on Riley Green, and the Whalers are on the board here late in the second period. What a shot, and what an effort from Mosier, the rookie. Powers his way through to the net. Goes over the shoulder of the Wolverines netminder. And Dartmouth has life here in this one. It's 2-1 now as here comes Kopech. Drops it for Shear as Sim will intercept it. Sim looking to clear the zone. It's going to be kept in. Here's Kopech. Kopech has the puck down low in Gretzky's office. Through the middle. That will be sent down the ice. No icing's the call. Welcome back inside the Zatzman Sportsplex in downtown Dartmouth. You're watching the Nova Scotia U15 Major Hockey League on High Button Sports, Whalers versus Wolverines. It's 2-1 for Halifax. After 2 periods, Max Kopech and Grady Coombs scored for the Wolverines. Both goals came in the first period. And then Jax Mosier, the rookie, near the end of the second period, made it 2-1. That is our story here so far as we're back underway. Whalers get the opening face-off loss. Puck played through neutral ice. It's going to be sent into the Whalers zone to the right side of Lydia Higgs, who had a great opening 2 periods. As here's a shot from Berger, blockered away. As we're about 30 seconds in to this third period. Here's Coombs. He had the opening goal in this game. He'll cycle it for Harpel. Harpel behind the net, looking to get by Craig. That'll make its way in the corner. Harpel has it again. Up the line, picked off. Here comes Chip through the middle. Chip for the Whalers will send it into the zone. Good forecheck from Brown. Makes it hard for the Wolverines to clear, as that's going to be dropped off for Shear. Shear up for Kopech. Kopech is met at the blue line by Norton Connors. That'll be picked off. There's a hit at neutral ice from Mosier on Shear. You don't see Shear on the other side of those hits too often. He's usually the one giving out the hits. That's going to come free in the middle, sent inside the Wolverine zone. Here's Sim. Plays it over to Conlon. Conlon looking to escape the Whalers' defenders. It's going to be played up the boards. There's a hit from Shear on Norton Connors, getting some revenge there. You saw that coming. Here comes Conlon through the middle. Conlon shot off the post. That one was close, but rings the iron. Still 2-1. Here is Taylor. Taylor looking to stretch a pass up for Sear. That's going to miss his stick, and that will be an icing call against Dartmouth. Got to tip your cap to the Whalers in this one. They only have 2 lines and 2 extras available. 12 skaters and 2 goalies. They're putting up a pretty good fight against one of the league's hottest teams. It's a 1-goal game here in the third. Whalers without some of their top scorers, including Mason Wakeham. I see it got the longest of all the suspensions in that melee over in North Sydney a couple weekends ago. That's going to be an icing call again against the Whalers. Approaching the 2-minute mark of the third. Parker will take the face-off against LaRue to the left side of Lydia Higgs. As I just mentioned, Higgs has been excellent in this game for the Whalers, keeping them within striking distance. Some key saves and key moments from the Whalers netminder. As that pass will make its way to the middle of the ice. Ripley there to intercept it. Here's Jack Ripley. DD pass. Finds Williams. Back for Ripley on the return feed. Ripley back for Williams. Up through the middle. Finds Schneier. Here comes Halifax. Schneier has the puck. He'll look to center for Rutledge. Comes free. Here's Parker. Fanned on it. Had a good look, but couldn't pull the trigger. Here comes Sim the other way. Jude Sim up for Johnson. Johnson's shot will go wide. Rebound collected by Sim. As he'll take a hit. Kept it in the blue line. Here's a shot from Craig. Tipped just over the net. That was a close call. As here's Chisholm at the blue line. Chisholm will make a move, trying to get by Parker. Up for McDougall. McDougall near the ringette line gets the puck knocked off of his stick. Ripley will collect it for the Wolverines. Here comes Jack Ripley, number 55 in black and yellow, has the puck, loses it, as that might have been too many on the ice, but no call. Here comes Harpel through the middle. Harpel on the backhand, kept out as Higgs stands her ground once again. Harpel with a nice few moves there to get into a good scoring opportunity, good scoring area, I should say. There's Chisholm over to Craig, back for Chisholm, up for Sim. Sim, he'll look to clear. As Berger finds it, he'll go D-to-D, looking for Gauthier as Coombs picks it up. Coombs will send it towards the Whalers end as Harple takes the pass, enters the zone. Here's Harple in the slot, drops it for McKay. Sent just wide. Rebound behind the net. McKay through the corner. Here's Harple up top, finds Berger. Berger shot off the pad. Rebound goes through the crease, but Wolverines couldn't send it through. There's a D-to-D pass from Gauthier to Berger. Berger sends it over. Finds Harple. Harple back up top. Finds Gauthier. Good pressure here from the Wolverines, but it's going to be cleared down the ice. Here comes Johnson. Drops it for Sim. Sim. Might be a 2-on-1 with a chip. Sim shot off the crossbar. That one was oh so close to tying the game. Good shot from McDougall, but he couldn't finish off. And here comes Shear the other way. Shear. 1-on-1 with Taylor. He'll take Taylor out on the boards. Comes free off the corner. Shear. Up top for YM. YM shot looking for the tip in front. That's going to be deflected wide. As Norton Connors looking to get it out of the zone. Sent up the wall. That'll be kept in by Wyans. As Kopech takes a hit from Norton Connors in the corner. Comes free. That'll be sent up the wall. YM will play it back in deep. Here's Conlon through the middle. That's going to be off a stick. As Taylor will take over. He can't clear. Here's Shear. Shear sends it into the corner. As YN can handle the bounce. Comes free for Kopech. We're going to center it off the side of the net. Comes free off the post. This time was that shot. That will be played in behind the net. Here's Taylor. Gets by the defender. Jack Taylor will slow things down. So he'll make the play. Up for LaRue. That will help over his stick. As Sim chips it ahead. Comes free. Brown. Can't get by the defender. Here comes Sim for the Wolverines. His shot will go wide past the glove side. That will make its way around the wall in boomerang type fashion as Williams finds Shear. Up for Kopech. Kopech has the puck and neutral ice. Gets hit off the puck by Mosier as Kopech regains possession. Takes it wide. Kopech towards the goal. Looking to slip it backhand, but couldn't finish it off as he was well defended in front by Craig. As Mosier has it again. Sear couldn't dig it loose. Schneier will take over for Halifax. 6 minutes have gone here in this third period as Parker can't collect it cleanly. Sent up the wall as Ripley will collect it. Sends it over to Williams. Williams up for Parker. Finds Rutledge on the wall. He'll chip it into the zone. Parker gets there first. Battling with Craig. Gets it out of the corner. Parker up the wall looking to find the trailer off the bench, but nobody could accept that pass as Berger back in his own end now as the Whalers are changing. He has the puck. He'll go up for Kopech. Here comes Gauthier. He'll take it wide off the shot there. It's going to be covered up by Higgs.
Sales and marketing, athletic developments, Lindsay Construction, Dartmouth Metals.
Face off will be to the blocker side of Higgs. She'll take a sip of water. McKay versus LaRue. Puck hits the ice. Whalers have possession off the face off. There's Taylor. Avoids the hit from Rutledge. Sent up ahead. That will come free neutral ice. Here's Berger. Berger up for Harple. He'll take the pass right from the Whalers bench. Up for McKay. McKay drops it for Coombs. Coombs down low for McKay. Back for Coombs in the corner. Coombs up top for Berger. Berger's shot will go wide of the net, looking for the tip in front off the sifter. Here's Gauthier towards the middle. That's going to go off a body, and that will just escape the zone. 7 minutes have gone now in the third. Here's Coombs. Takes the pass from Sim. Coombs looking to enter the zone. Met there by a few Whalers. As Kopech takes a hit from Sim. YN finds a loose puck. YN will get the red line and play it around the wall. Kopech there to retrieve it. Kopech will take a hit from Norton Connors along the boards. LaRue finds the loose puck. That's going to be flicked out of the zone. That will take a funny hop and makes its way onto the Wolverines' blue line. Here's Shear up for Conlon. Conlon looking at by the defenders. Conlon's shot will go wide past the glove side. Here's Kopech. He'll get hit off the puck by Craig. He finds Chip. Chip fans on the clearing attempt, gets it back. Here's Andy Chip. Takes a hit from Kopech. That'll free up the puck. As Norton Connors finds it in his corner. As YN takes a bump for number 6 in blue. Comes free for Kopech. Centering pass as Conlon couldn't accept it. His stick was lifted. Here's Shear. Over for Conlon. Conlon pass in front. Scores! Kopech double dips. Beautiful feed from Conlon. Tic-tac-toe. And it's 3-1 for the Wolverines. Not much Lydia Higgs can do on that one. A perfect setup in front for Kopeck, who made no mistake into the empty cage. Top line for the Wolverines strikes again. That'll be Kopeck from Conlon and Shear. 11:45 to go in the third. It's now a 2-goal lead for the Wolverines once again. The others looking to get it right back. They'll dump it into the zone. Here's Green. Leaves it for Ripley. Played up the boards. Says Craig there to pick it off. Shipped into the zone. There's Williams. Over to Ripley. Through the middle. That'll hit a body. Comes free for Parker. Parker will lose the puck. DD pass for Chisholm as the Whalers get possession. Chisholm gets by Parker. Still has the puck. He'll play it in deep as he enters the blue line. The others will change if they had to tag up either as they were offside. As Taylor will set to neutral ice off the stretch pass, sent in deep. Green out to play it once again, leaves it for Ripley. 9 minutes have gone now here in the third. There's McDougall, picks it off on the blue line. McDougall will take it wide, looking for a lane as he'll get hit off the puck by Williams. Puck comes free in the slot. Ripley will take over, intercepted again. Here's a pass for Mosier. Mosier can't get on goal as Green will be forced to the wall as Mosier was driving the net. As that'll be chipped out of the zone. Parker intercepts. Parker 1-on-2. Teammates are changing. Will take it wide. Parker on the goal line finds Harple the trailer. Harple behind the net looking for an option. Harple to the line for Berger. Berger over to Coombs. Coombs shot will go off the side of the net and wide. Harple on the half wall. Fakes the point pass. Plays it to the opposite defender. That's Berger. We'll find Coombs in the corner. Coombs works it down low. Back up. Here's Gauthier. As that'll be poked out of the zone. Here comes Johnson. I have a breakaway. Johnson's all alone for the Whalers. Johnson to the backhand. Kept out. Riley Green makes the save. Beautiful look from Johnson. His second time getting by the defenders in this game. Couldn't finish it off. As he sure has a lot of speed over 10 and blue. Here's a pass in the middle. That will go off a poke check and comes free. Here's McDougall. McDougall will send it into the zone. Green out to play it with his forehand. He'll send it up for Coombs. Coombs plays it over to Sim. Here is Reese Sim. Sent up for McKay. McKay can't get by Brown, but he chips it ahead of him in the second attempt. Here's Craig. Over to Norton Connors. Norton Connors takes the pass. Will work his way through neutral ice. Trying to dump it in. As that's going to be a battle in between both benches as Shear finds a loose puck. Shear drops it off for Sim over to Conlon. Conlon scores! Sim to Shear to Conlon through the 5-hole. Wolverines are now up by 3 goals. Another good passing play leading to a goal for Halifax. Conlon and Shear pick up another couple points there. It is now 4-1. As that will be sent in to the Whalers zone. There's Taylor. Over to Chisholm.
Assist number 16, Jack Shear. And number 19, Reese Sim. Time of that goal, 10 minutes, 57 seconds.
So Conlon now with a goal and 2 assists.
From Shear and Sim.
There's a shot that's going to go off the shin pad. Shear now with 2 assists. Kopeck, of course, with 2 goals. So this top line for Halifax producing here tonight. 8.5 remaining here in the third. There's a pass up for YN. YN towards the goal. That's going to go wide of the net. Might have hit a piece of Higgs on the way through. It's going to be kept in the zone. As he mentioned before, as this game winds down, Whalers are in a disadvantage because they only have 12 skaters. So you got to factor in how tough it is for them to keep going and going in the double shifts. That's going to be a penalty on the play. Tripping's the call. It will go against Halifax. YN is the guilty party. 8:01 to go. Whalers sure could use one here to cut the lead in half. Or make it a 2-goal lead, rather, I guess. Johnson, McDougall, Mosier, Craig, and Norton Connors are the 5 out there for the Whalers for this power play. Here's Norton Connors. Takes the puck. Play to the half wall for Johnson. Johnson will sauce it over. Finds McDougall. McDougall will walk it and shoot one high over the net. As that will boomerang its way around the wall and out of the zone. Here's Craig. Craig will lead the rush for the Whalers on the power play. Over to Norton Connors. He'll get the blue line, send it in deep. The others are offside, so they can't get the puck as Craig will be forced to play it on the other side of the blue line. He'll go D-to-D over to Norton Connors. Norton Connors finds McDougall. Pass up ahead looking for Johnson. Johnson's shot whiffed on. Might have got a stick of the defender as Johnson takes a hit from Williams. Sent up to the half wall. Here's McDougall. McDougall takes the pass, holds on to it, will walk towards the goal. Circles back, plays it up for Craig. Craig will let his shot go, makes its way on net. Green makes the save with the pad. As Ripley finds it. Ripley, as that will come free off the shin pad. Here's Mosier. That's going to be cleared. Finds Craig. Craig up ahead for McDougall. McDougall can't get by Williams as he'll take it over and send it down the ice. 30 seconds to go in the power play. Here's Jack Taylor for the Whalers. Taylor will gallop his way to neutral ice. He'll chip it into the zone. Green trying to play it for Harple, but Taylor will intercept that as here's LaRue. LaRue looking to dig it free past Harple. He'll find Taylor. Taylor back for LaRue in the half wall. LaRue will let a shot go. That's going to be deflected up and out of play off the stick of Sim, the Wolverines defender. 12 seconds to go on the Whalers power play. 6:13 remaining in the third. You're tuned to High Button Sports. Halifax versus Dartmouth. U15 Nova Scotia action. As here's Sim, he'll look to clear. Alley batted out of the air. Finds Chisholm. Chisholm gets the red line, he'll send it in deep. As Green mishandles it, but his defender there to back him up as we're back to 5-on-5. Here's Lyon out of the box. Puts the brakes on, looking to make a play across the ice for Routledge. It's going to be picked off by Craig. He'll look to clear. Coombs has it. Coombs will play the puck on the wall. Gets by LaRue. As Craig looking to get the puck loose. Comes free for Routledge. Centering pass will go through the slot. Here's Berger. Berger's shot will be deflected just wide as it's going to be played with a high stick, and that will stop play. 5.5 to go. 3-goal lead for Halifax here on the road. They scored 2 goals in the first period and 2 goals here in the third. Kopech with 2. Grady Coombs has a goal. Conlon has a marker as well. Jax Mosier, the only goal scorer for the Whalers tonight. As they'll drop the puck right in front of the Whalers bench. Here's Craig looking to clear it out of his zone. As Schneier finds it. Norton Connors collects it in his own corner. He'll rip it off the boards. Kept in by Williams. Williams will take a hit. That will free up the puck. Sent out of the zone. Sim looking to get there first. Ripley wins the battle. Jude Sim gets it free. There's a pass towards the slot. Sent on net by Johnson. That's going to be blocked on its way through. 5 minutes to go now in the third. As Norton Connors takes a hit from Schneier right in front of the Wolverines bench. As Ripley will get the puck, he'll fire it in deep. Taylor. Nice move to get by Conlon on the forecheck. As he'll turn it over. Here comes Conlon. Conlon towards the goal. Kept out by Higgs as Conlon made a few moves there and tight. Had Kopech on the back door wide open, who was looking for the hat trick, but decided to shoot instead. Top line will stay out there for Halifax. Brown will take the face-off against Kopech on straight for Shearer. His shot was blocked. Rebound sent well wide as he knew he had a good look there, but he just missed it. As here's Sim. His shot will be kept out by Higgs. Play to the line. Here's Wyand. Wyand Plays it over. Sim will let a shot go. That's going to go for a shin pad and wide to the corner. Shear. Boomerangs it around the wall. Hops off the Zamboni door. Chance for Mosier to clear. Sent up ahead. Shear. Finds Kopeck. Kopeck up for Conlon. Nice look there, but pass was off the skate. This top line for Wolverines sure can move that puck. As that will be chipped in off the glass. They'll go for a change. Here's Taylor. Over for Chisholm. Chisholm loses it at neutral ice. Chip will play it in deep. There's Green on Sim. Over for Gauthier. Gauthier loses the puck. Comes free for the Whalers. Good forward check from Dartmouth. Hit on the wall. There's Johnson. Will play it out of the zone and fire it right back in deep. And that's going to be icing against the Whalers. The tired group out there for Dartmouth. They've been tired all night long. Only 12 skaters available for them tonight. As you can see, a pretty short staff on the Whalers side. 5 forwards and 2D on the bench. And then 5 skaters out there right now, so a lot of ice time for everybody. Here's Gauthier. As he'll play into the zone, finds McKay. McKay looking to center, that's going to be intercepted. Here come the Whalers now. Pass up ahead, finds Johnson. Johnson looking by the defenders once again. Takes it wide, shot will go off the blocker. As number 10 Johnson, a very speedy player out there. That's Carson Johnson. Here comes Harple the other way. Johnson for Coombs. Coombs looking to play it towards the slot. Wolverines looking for that pass through the middle every time, it looks like, from behind the net. They even try and force it, too, through that slot area, but can't critique them too much. They're up by 3 goals here late in the third. As puck is in the middle of the ice. 2.5 to go. Here's Gauthier. Gauthier back for Williams. Williams over to Schnarr. As Sim looking to dig it loose. Comes free for Parker. Parker. Play to the corner. Looking to play it up to the blue line. Here's Ripley. Ripley shot low off the pad of Higgs. Another save for the Whalers goalie. As Parker holds it in, he'll let a shot go off a stick, and that will be played in behind the net. Schnarr has it. Schnarr played back towards the blue line off the stick of Sim. Here comes Jude Sim looking to find McDougall. That's going to be intercepted by Williams in the back check. Williams, as that puck will escape the zone. Rutledge there to pick it off. Rutledge makes a nice move off the boards. 2-on-2 with Schnarr. Rutledge shot blocked by Craig. There's a bit of a melee there in the corner. 2-on-2. That will come free. Here's Schnarr. Played outside the zone to Ripley as Ripley will put the brakes on the red line and slowly play it back into his own end. Ripley drops it for Sim. Back up for Ripley as that's going to be intercepted and played back in deep. Sim takes over for the Wolverines. Up for Conlon. Conlon puts the brakes on the wall. Still has the puck on the boards. Play up top for Sim. Sim shot looking for the tip in front will be sticked away by Craig. As we're inside the final 60 of regulation. Wolverines have it. There's a pass the middle. Here's Conlon's shot will just sail wide. As McKay was the one who made the pass. 40 seconds ago. Here's Wyan. Over to Conlon. Finds Shear. Shear will shoot one, scores. There it is. Jack Shear gets the goal. Top line produces once again for Halifax. As Shear, Conlon, and Kopeck have been all over the score sheet tonight. They add one more with 35 seconds to go. Four-goal lead for the Wolverines. Puck is dropped. Poked up ahead by Chisholm. And that's going to come free inside the Whalers zone. 30 seconds to go. Here's Parker. Parker's shot will just sail wide.
Shearer from Colin White.
Puck in the corner. Here's Coombs. Coombs' shot will be stopped and covered up.
Thank you to our sponsors, New Mitsubishi.
13 seconds left. Looks like the Wolverines are going to take this one.
Real estate.
They'll get the 3 points. They continue their very impressive second half of the year. They had a pretty tough start. They brought in a new coach, and they have been very successful ever since. As here's Chisholm in the corner. Up the wall as time will make its way to zeros here at the Sportsplex. The Wolverines get the win. Their top line was the difference in this one. Shear, Conlon, and Kopak all over the score sheet. That's going to do it for our coverage of this one. Stay tuned, as right after this will be the opening game of the Round 2 Best 7 Series. Steel Subaru and Weeks Majors. But for now, we'll say sayonara from the Sportsplex. Thank you for watching this one. My name is Mason Denike here with High Bun Sports. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. Still lots of great hockey to be played this evening. Take care, everybody.